What's up guys, Blade Master here. Welcome to yet another Total War Rome 2 online battle fought in Blade Battles mod. This is one is gonna be extra special because I'm gonna be playing against the Prussian Prince. Wow, the legendary man himself. The memes are going to be epic because we're playing in dank memes, Nemedicena. Of course, if I'm going to play against Prussian Prince, it's not going to be on any other map other than Nemedicena. I have taken Pergamon. Oops. He has taken Pontus. This is one of his first few games in the Blade Balance mod. He decided to check it out because thank God and thanks to Achilles for notifying him about the Blade Balance. And he Achilles said good things about the Blade Balance mod, and he was like, okay, I don't mind checking it out, whooping a few asses here and there, and then going back into sleep until Warhammer comes out. Let's pray he's still Ripman Prussian manages to stay awake until May 28th. I think it now is the release date for Warhammer. Couldn't care less, honestly, when Warhammer releases. The longer they wait, the better it'll be. I trust EA to at least polish the single player campaign somewhat. But yeah, I was never really all that into Warhammer. I'm not really super hyped about it. Whatever. I mean, the fantasy thing is kind of cool. It's just I have no idea about the lore and I have no intention to get into the lore either. But that's besides the point of this video. How is Pergamon ever going to face up against a Pontic Prussian princely? I'm trying to continue this alliteration. It's gone already. I've cringed. Everyone else has cringed. How is Pergamon going to win out against this Prussian army brought by Pontus? I mean, this Pontus army brought by Prussian. I have no idea. Let's see. 4 levy pikes brought here, and these picked peltas are hopefully going to be what is going to seal my victory here. Picked peltas, as you can see, the biggest difference is they're now heavy. Huge upgrade for them. There's no increase to their price or anything. I brought a total of 4 Pergamene Noble Cavalry, and the Pergamene Noble Cavalry, another big buff, and the Light Horse, now they're Shock Cav, so I brought a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total cavalry. The two Shock Cav over here, the Light Horse, is about to be actually able to catch the Eastern Archers, and if they get a charge in on these Eastern Archers, that'll be really good for me. The Light Horse honestly look really cool now. They didn't really get a good charge in on them, but the Eastern Archers did get attacked in the rear a little bit. I'm going to pop Frenzy Charge for some reason, and they're just going to get caught up and destroyed. This Light Horse on the far side, though, I think has gotten into the archers a little bit. Yeah, there we go. They've hit some of the archers, but they've also caught the Cappadocian Cav brought by Prussian Prince. He's brought 1, 2 Cappadocian, 3 Cappadocian. Ooh! 3, 4 Cappadocian. Before we get into this epic charge with this Pergamene Noble Cav, let's take a look at what else he's brought. Bronze Shield, Pikemen. So 3 Pikemen, 1 Bronze Shield, 4 Pikemen, 1 Bronze Shield, and 5 Pikemen, 1 Bronze Shield Pikemen with a Pontic Royal Cav General with a single experience chevron, because why the fuck not? A couple of Mercenary Scythian Norse Archers on either side, and we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Eastern Archers. Now, I brought a total of 4 Pergamene Noble Cav, and that's because the Pergamene Noble Cav now costs only 1080, the same amount as the Hippeus Lancer. So, you do have a very interesting choice with the Pergamene Noble Cav as we get into Pergamene Noble Cav Cam. You do have a very interesting choice here. You can pick the Hippeus Lancer with their extended survivability and heavier armor, or you can pick the lower armor, less survivability, but incredible charge Pergamene Noble Cav, who just devastated these Cappadocian Cav on the charge, and now pulling out, and I'm coming in with a Stampede charge from my general. Woo! This general is about to slaughter these Cappadocian Cav. 17 kills on the charge against fucking good-ass cavalry. Like, what the shit, man? This Pergamene Noble Cav going to pull away. Cappadocian Cav took a shit ton of damage there. They're down to half strength. The Galatian swords, total of 4 brought, 3 Galatian swords brought, 3 Pick Peltus and 1 Agema Spears. I wanted to bring the Agema Spears as a general, but then it bugged out for some reason, and I have an Pergamene Noble Cav general now, who've actually done really well. If they get into targets such as these, Pergamene Noble Cav are so nice. I mean, they're slaughtered. They're excellent anti-cav troops. The Mercenary Scythian Horse Archers are going to be a pain in the ass, though. Now, I'm bringing in my Agema Spears. Sorry for moving around the camera so much, but on the right flank, I'm bringing the Agema Spears here to catch and slaughter the Cappadocian Cav. The Pikeman is going to be quite a nuisance, but it's left this big hole here that I can actually just use to slaughter my Prussian Prince's general. On the far side, the Pergamene Noble Cav doing well against the Agema Spears, and here we can see the picked pelters going to be put to use. They're going to start showering javelins onto the enemy pikemen. Same thing over here. I've popped precision shot and quick reload, so he's quickly pulling away his pikemen. Of course, the picked pelters are chock full of great abilities. Now, this Pergamene noble cav hitting the rear of this pikeman going to do a lot of damage. Wasn't the greatest charge, so I should be able to pull away easily and then hit the eastern archers on that side. But for now, let's take it into picked pelters camp. Now, you can see they're getting shot at by a lot of arrows, but of course the picked pelters have got excellent armor. So they will be able to just slaughter this pikeman while absorbing a fair bit of armor on a fair bit of damage from the eastern archers. Now, this is where they really shine. The picked pelters got charged at by the enemy general, and they took 8 casualties from the Pontic Royal Cav general. I'm going to chase away with my Pergamene noble cav, and then I hope pull away at the last second. The picked pelters are going to fire into the Pontic Royal Cav behind the pike line, and I'm going to use this Pergamene noble cav to try and chase after the mercenary Scythians. Over here, the Pergamene noble cav died to the enemy pikemen, who did really well. And this Pergamene noble cav down to 36 men. My general is down to 36 men as well. This archer didn't really do much. I got a very shitty charge against this pikeman. Sneaky last second charge, and now I'm going to pull away and then hit that archer over there. This picked pelters has taken 20 casualties, but has done a decent bit of damage against this pikeman unit. And now my levy pikemen still are getting destroyed, because the differential in terms of strength with the pikemen and the levy pikemen is just massive. Bronze shield pikemen here, they are reforming against my levy pikemen. They still don't even have pike phalanx turned down, so they should die very soon. The general for Prussian Prince charged into my picked pelters the second time. Now they've lost quite a fair few men, but they are going to hold out long enough for my Galatian swords to maybe come in and then get a great javelin volley off on these on this Pontic Royal Cav general. I think they're out of ammo. Unfortunate, so unfortunate. Otherwise, I could have sniped off Prussian Prince's general anyway. So now he's going to be able to pull away at the last second. But my picked pelters is about to get a single XP shot run. If they throw some javelins now, they will be able to get that single XP shot run that they so covet. And over here on the left side, I've managed to kill off the last remaining pikeman with the help of my picked pelters. This Pergamene noble cav basically dead. My general not looking too good. The eastern archers getting some beautiful, very dangerous shots in, but they just managed to completely miss my general. The Scythian horse archers charged into my picked pelters, but again, that's not something that the picked pelters will really mind too much. I could even throw in a cheeky chant here, but I don't. I guess I lack the micro. The Galatian swords getting good kills on the mercenary Scythian horse archers, who've done really well. The Scythian horse archers are always going to be a threat for Pergamon. The Pergamene noble cav general now charging into eastern archers weren't really able to do much. The levy pikemen here haven't been able to do much, so I managed to try and get a shitty little charge in with the last few men left in my general unit. The levy pikemen here got not a lot of kills against the bronze shield pikemen. The bronze shield pikemen doing weird stuff, reforming around the levy pikemen, because I think they had an attack order issued without formation, and then they turned formation attack on. But yeah, the main amount of killing is coming in from the eastern archers and from the mercenary Scythian horse archers, of course. The Scythian horse archers being quite the MVP here. Of course, that is to be expected when someone with as good micro as Prussian Prince is going to come and play. Even though he can definitely say he's being he's quite rusty with his micro, at least in Rome 2 terms. He's been playing basically EU4. The Agema Spears here doing very well, and imagine if I had my general as an Agema Spears unit instead of a super fragile. What's the Pergamene noble cav unit? Picked pelters here just got charged at by mercenary Scythian horse archers, but they don't give a flying fuck. I mean, they're heavy, they've got great armor, they've got decent morale, they've got good health, great melee defense actually. 50 melee defense for these guys, so they're of course going to slaughter these mercenary Scythian horse archers. And the Galatian swords here wavering because the general dead, but now they're steady because I think the general recently died penalty has dropped to just the general dead, which means it's a slightly less amount of morale debuffs. Bronze shield pikemen here. The bronze shield pikemen have been rear charged by this picked pelters who are at 60 men, and they're going to face up against my levy pikemen here from the front. So this bronze shield pikeman, even though it's done fairly decently for how, it wasn't really used very effectively. They've done okay, but now my picked pelters are of course going to get a good number of kills. All that remains for me is one picked pelters here, one picked pelters there, and a Agema Spear is here, and that's about it. This Pig Peltis is about to charge into this Eastern Archer here, and of course the Pig Peltis are going to do amazing again. These Pig Peltis are really the true embodiment of a Peltis. They are absolutely multi-talented infantry slash skirmishers. I believe the Bronze Shield Pikeman is gone. No! My Levy Pikeman died. Holy shit. To this Bronze Shield Pikeman. And now he's going to run away with his Eastern Archers. I think the Eastern Archers have routed. Yeah, Eastern Archers have routed. This Pig Peltis still has some ammo left, and it's going to keep firing onto enemy pikemen, I believe. Yeah, while they, I think, chase after my Galatian swords who are routing. Who are wavering now. Pig Peltis here, 142 kills. This Galatian swords has actually managed to catch some of the Eastern Archers and getting good kills, but the Eastern Archers, I believe, are basically out of ammo. I'm going to use this Agima Spears to catch some of these pikemen while they're out of pike phalanx. And I'm... Oops. So yeah, the Agima Spear is now going to pull away. The pikemen, they won't really chase after them very much. Now, he's lost quite a few men. But he does, of course, have his general, which is the main thing. He's got 9 units left in his general. I don't think the general has actually died yet. Maybe he has. Probably he hasn't. This Pig Peltis is about to get caught by the pikemen here. So they're going to countercharge. I'm going to countercharge with them. They're at 90 men full strength against a pikeman with 95 men. But let's see what happens. So I charge in, I get a few kills, and then I pull out immediately because the pikes of the Sarisaras are dropped, and they're of course going to get a lot of kills on my Pig Peltis then. This Pig Peltis is going to catch this Bronze Shield Pikeman. The Pig Peltis has 46 men, whereas the Bronze Shield Pikeman only has 32. The Bronze Shield still, they have pike phalanx turned on, but they don't have their pikes done. Only a few of them have their, oh, these are the pikes, never mind. But yeah, most of them don't really have their pikes turned on. And I think, I have a feeling, this is my theory. I don't know, if one of you knows more about the mechanics than me, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like because the Pig Peltis they have a special formation. Like, look at this. Peltis, by default, they're very spread out. So I have a feeling when I charged into that pikeman unit, they were naturally spread out, which meant that they didn't form like a very solid, small little formation, tightly packed. So they were able to just crisscross and hit the pikes because of their loose formation. This happens in vanilla Rome too. Maybe it's the same thing that's happening here. Who knows? Pig Peltis could be the new anti-pike meta. So this Galatian sword is going to hit the rear of this pikeman unit, which is again done really, really well. Eastern Archers firing in from way downtown, but that means their accuracy isn't going to be the greatest, and they have very little ammo. I think they're basically done. And this pikeman is trying to waver now, but I'm going to have to run the fuck away with my Galatian swords because he has another full-strength pikeman that's chasing after him. So another pike unit gone, but this Eastern Archer here is remaining. This another Eastern Archer here. And this Pig Peltis, it's not taking too many casualties. Honestly, maybe I should just charge into this pikeman at this point. I wasn't really thinking about that too much. And the Galatian swords, meanwhile, is dead. And the Agima Spears, I don't really know what to do with it because they're never going to be able to catch this pikeman unit. So there's not really too much that's left for me. I mean, it's going to be a tight match, but I mean, as long as he has pikes left, then he's always going to do very well. Pikemen dropping a little bit, but they're obviously, once they get all their pikes down and everything's cool, then they're just going to slaughter my Agima Spears, as you can see here. The Pig Peltis are super exhausted because they've used all of their abilities. And this Pig Peltis is going to charge in. Pike phalanx dropped. But again, you can see that the pikes aren't really doing much against the Pig Peltis. Isn't that strange? That's just so fucking strange. Well, now it's dropped, and some of them have their pikes dropped, but again, they're losing to Pig Peltis. That's so fucking crazy. Because PrussianPrince was complaining during the match, he was like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, I have no idea, this is my theory. But I mean, could it really be the case? Whoa, there's some jujitsu going on here. I wish I could just capture both of these. Boom, 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 boom. Beautiful low, shitty textures. Yeah, it's whatever. I'll just take a quick screenshot. Let's not ruin the flow of this too much. The Pig Peltis here actually winning. They're winning decisively actually against the pikemen. Oh man, that's crazy. Pergamon could literally have the best anti-pike meta because they're Pig Peltis. That is insane. That is absolutely fucking insane. I have to test this further. This is very, very curious. But anyways, this big belt has got a double XP shove, and there's only 18 seconds left. They aren't going to do much against the last one. So costly enemy victory. Prussian Prince has won this game, but it was very close. And I wanted to showcase to you guys the anti-pack pike meta, and of course the new Pig Peltis. The Pig Peltis were all over the place in this game. I mean, they did brilliantly wherever wherever they were needed, and I think that's amazing. They cost 720, so they are probably the most. I mean, they are 100% the most expensive foot skirmisher unit in the game, but they do pack quite a punch. I mean, they're so versatile that there's even shades of them being OP. So I mean, I wanted to before I change anything for Pergamon, I want you guys to test it thoroughly. The Pergamon Noble Cav. Ah, man. You know what? Let's talk about the Pig Peltis a little bit more. Save me the embarrassment of the Pergamon nobles. The Pig Peltis, that fucking against their pikes, the melee things that they showed was just insane. But more importantly than that, it was the just being able to fire with them with quick reload and precision shot. They just slaughtered pikes, and the continuous charges from even top tier Pontic Royal Cav against Pig Peltis, as long as if you don't use Stampede or something, then they won't really fall down that quickly. And that's purely because of their increase in mass. That being said, if you use Trample, I'm sure you can just knock down this entire Pig Peltis unit in one go and basically kill them off. But again, it's always kind of a risk charging in to the front of Pig Peltis, because they have the ability to throw a shit ton of javelins at a fast pace, and those javelins hurt, especially if you turn on precision shot and quick reload. God damn, they will unload like three volleys before you can even hit them. So it's a weird dichotomy, man. You want to charge into these Pig Peltis, but then again, do you really want to charge at them? And especially from the front, that's not going to go too well, I think. The Galatian Swords, always a handy dandy unit for Pergamon. They are excellent support units, and I love keeping them in the flanks. They are excellent units to support cavalry engagements. They are not very good in terms of mainline, obviously, because they're just super cheap. But for flank engagements, charging into already engaged cavalry, they're just brilliant. And pairing them in with the Pergamon Noble Cav, I always think, like I've thought this since I buffed Pergamon Noble Cav, using these guys along with the combination of Galatian Swords, if you have the micro, you can literally dominate a cavalry flank in a couple of seconds, because a Pergamon Noble Cav charge into enemy cavalry with Trample on will devastate 20 to 25 units, basically half strength, will make any enemy cavalry half strength. And then you bring in a Galatian Sword and then pull away your cavalry after the Galatian Swords have charged in, and you have won that Cav flank, maybe while taking like 10 losses on your shock Cav. That's amazing. That's a great trade, and that is something that I think players with much better micro than me will try and capitalize on. This was, I think, a huge mistake. And not even a mistake, because I put my Agima Spears as my general, and the game bugged out, and it put a Pergamon Noble Cav as the general instead of my Agima Spears. The Agima Spears did really well, and they're obviously a very capable unit. I might even think that a better Pergamon army would consist of more Agima Spears and maybe fewer Pergamon Noble Cav. Something like that. The Light Horse, they're a good tactical unit, but they shouldn't be used in the way I use them here. And it just goes to show, I mean, people were complaining a little bit about Light Horse being a bit like that I'm making Barbarians OP with Light Horse. Makes no sense, because Light Horse are still incredibly fragile. So using them in anything other than rounding around and charging into the rear at late game, they won't really be very useful. The Levy Pikemen were probably the biggest disappointment in this game. Two of them got decent number of kills, but they were just unable to stand up to Pikemen. That's the thing, in a pike-on-pike engagement, no matter how you use Levy Pikemen, it's going to be very hard for them to really win out against other pikes. Maybe if you use them against Egyptian pikemen, they'll win, but against anything other than them, Levy pikemen are going to get crushed. So for Prussian Prince, the Eastern Archers were, I think, the highlight. I mean, they did really well. He targeted them on the right units. They fired at only the enemy Pergamon Noble Cav. The ones that fired at the enemy Noble Cav got single XP shot runs at the end of the game. But the ones that fired at my Pick Pelters were not really utilized very well, because the Pick Pelters, along with decent enough armor at 60, they have a very good shield at 40% missile block chance. So against, I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's not the best use of his ammo there. The best unit that performed for Prussian Prince, and this is no surprise, are the Mercenary Scythian Horse Archers. Good lord, look at the number of kills and look at the quality of the kills that he got with them. Just excellent use of Scythian Horse Archers there. But, it was bound to happen. Look at the cavalry flanks. Look at my cavalry flanks. 4 Pergamon Noble Cav with shit armor, 2 Light Horse with shit armor. I didn't have any Levy Freeman or anything to chase after the Scythian Horse Archers. He needed them to perform really well, and credit to him, he made them perform incredibly well in this game. They just were all over the place, slaughtered my Pergamon Noble Cav. I think they got some rear charges on the Pick Pelters, which wasn't honestly all that great, but that was basically after they utilized all their ammo. So he used all of them really, really well. That is just like old school micro tactics from a player who's a veteran in this game, and a veteran in many Total War games. So a player is of excellent quality when they utilize Scythian Horse Archers or just cheap Horse Archers incredibly effectively. The Pontic Royal Cav General was a surprise disappointment, and I say surprise as in Prussian Prince was probably very surprised that they didn't do very well, but they charged into Pick Pelters without trample, and you need to pull through, I think, Pick Pelters at this point. They're heavy, and they don't give a fuck about your charges, I think. But I don't know, I have a feeling that the Pontic Royal Cav didn't get a proper charge. In the highlights, I will show if they got a proper charge or not. If they did, then that's food for thought. Maybe the Pick Pelters need to be nerfed a little bit. Who knows? But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Hope you guys are enjoying the new highlights at the end of the game. And stay tuned for more. Peace.